What do we got?
We're on the 7th catch.
Oh, I got it wrong.
Ninth
Okay.
chapter. We're on the
Well,
9th.
that was restarting.
No, it
Okay.
won't reset. It won't reset.
That one's a
not
transgender person.
Lock it. You're not a buffer. Are you a planker? Are you a fucking planker?
I'm not a planker.
Raise him up, raise him high. We need a God that we can see to bring them to their knees. Raise him up, raise him high. A God who bleeds red, white, and blue, just like me and you.
Shut occupied government.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna be doing something different today. We're gonna be looking at am I the asshole? We're gonna be comparing and telling them if they are the asshole or not, because we are the pinnacles of morality right here, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife forget it and going out by myself for my birthday instead of going to her fancy dinner reservation? This has been an ongoing issue and coming to yesterday. My wife is a planner and it's extremely hard for her to go with the flow. If we're going to something, she needs all the details. A while ago, she asked what I wanted to do for my birthday. I burnt out from work. I told her I just wanted a chain restaurant around here on my day. Just a chill night out. I didn't want to get dressed or anything. She asked where and what time. I told her I'll just pick a day off when I'm feeling. Maybe I want Olive Garden or whatever, or Chinese takeout. Really, I just wanted to eat, and I was feeling that day. This week she asked what time, and I told her when we both go home, so like 5 or 6 we can go out. She was frustrated, and I was giving her an answer about where to eat and told her multiple times what I am feeling that day. She asked if we needed a reservation, and I said no, multiple times. We will be a walk-in on a Wednesday to a chain restaurant. She asked if I wanted anything fancy, I told her no, I just want a simple night. Yesterday was the issue. I wanted Olive Garden. Go home, get some breadsticks, and chill the rest of the night. I got home at 5 and my wife was all dressed up. I asked why. She said she made reservations for a fancy sushi place in the city. She said it was a surprise and we needed to leave in about 20 minutes. Nothing sounded so unappealing to me in my entire life. I told her I wanted to go to Olive Garden. We got into an argument and how she spent all this effort to get a reservation. I told her I didn't want to get any of this. And in the end, I left to go to Olive Garden by myself. We got in another argument after I came back. Am I the asshole?
Alright. He is not the asshole. If what is said is true, I think it's very clear. He made it very clear multiple times what he wanted, and his wife clearly just didn't listen to him. And I think it is entirely her fault for not being present in the relationship. You know, relationships are a two-way street, and some people have to really understand that. And when you don't listen to somebody's wishes for just one day on their birthday, for example, it's just clearly an issue with your relationship, because it isn't a two-way street at that point. It's just their way or the highway. So I don't think he's the asshole.
Grady, Mike, Simon, any opinions?
Well, to defend the wife here, I think that it's kind of like a common thing for people to say, like, oh, I don't want anything, or oh, I don't want anything fancy. And then the idea is that, like, that's kind of just a formality, and you still are supposed to go above and beyond, right? So that's probably how the wife interpreted it, if I had to guess.
True. Any takes, guys?
Yeah, I think this situation is more indicative of, like, fundamental issues of communication in a relationship.
Yeah.
So not the asshole?
I don't know.
I
have no opinion.
I come from a very autistic perspective, so just based on the literal implications of things.
With only his perspective, then yeah, he isn't.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I guess this is just only his perspective.
Remember, yeah,
too,
it is perspective.
I'm gonna have to lean towards saying there is no asshole in this situation. I think it's just like poor communication.
Well, that's not there. Well, that's not there. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I'm sure there will be some cases where there is
An asshole.
Yes.
Cutting clear.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for asking a woman at work to stop being so weird about taking a caramel? I like to have snacks in my office, and I enjoy having something for people to take when they come in for a visit. I have a container of chocolate caramel thins open for anyone to take. The problem is that when many of the women in my office take one, they do the whole song and dance. They go, ooh, I shouldn't. Ooh, it's so bad. Ooh, I just love chocolate. Ooh, it's so naughty. Stuff like that. It just annoys the shit out of me. Take a candy or don't, but don't force me to participate in whatever weird, self-deprecating thing you're doing, especially calling it naughty, like you're scolding a child. I always just smile blankly, and they will look at me like I'm supposed to give them permission. I finally had it yesterday when one of the women stood in my doorway and pointed. I was like, oh, I love those caramels, but they're so good. And oh, I shouldn't. They're so bad for having these. I said, can you stop doing that? It's making me uncomfortable. She pretended not to know what I was talking about. I said, "Are you okay? You come in here and you act like you need my permission to eat a piece of candy. You keep calling it naughty like you're a little kid. It's super weird behavior. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. So please stop." She gave me a weird look and then said that she was being silly and never mind. She left. I found out later that said I ripped her head off and warned one of the other women who always do that, "Oh, I'm so bad" crap, to avoid getting candy from me unless she wanted to be scolded. I'm not going to stop having candy out because there are some people who can do it without the whole song and dance. But am I really the asshole for just asking her to stop doing that? "Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, crap." Edit. Okay, I am clearly the asshole. I will take the caramels home with me today so I don't have to put up with this gross self-deprecating humor thing anymore. I thought I was doing a nice thing, but I can't deal with the job from people with body image issues. I don't think it's fair they bring that into my office, so I'll just take them home.
I guess we already got the answer.
No, what do you guys think?
I was gonna say yes, and I'm surprised actually because I've scrolled on this subreddit before, and what I've found is that it seems like people usually only ever post things where they clearly are not.
That's what I'm saying.
They want to be vindicated, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
but no,
saying,
this
yeah.
person actually is just like unreasonable. I think.
I'm gonna take more of a nuanced approach and say that he is partially the asshole. In the sense that, yes, having that there to begin with is the cause of the issue.
I think he was very emotionally charged.
But at the same time, I can understand the frustration of just having to go through the same spiel over and over and over again.
It does sound so... Okay, if it was me, I'd be super annoyed that was
Like,
happening.
I've witnessed the behavior he is describing. I entirely understand what he's talking about. So yeah, maybe there was some openness, like, well, in his situation to gutting, whether or not the onus is on him or not, because having it there to begin with is definitely causing the issue. But at the same time, in that particular circumstance, I don't necessarily think it was his issue, because I've seen this before. It is quite annoying.
I think that the problem is not his annoyance or uncomfortableness, but just the way that he communicated it. You know, I think you could just, like,
That's true.
write a sign and put it in front of the caramel that says, like, "Just take one," without saying anything, or something like that, right? Like there are polite workarounds.
But there
for
are some
this.
people who just, like, ignore that. But now, I'm not saying, like, in this particular circumstance it did. It's just that, like, I've seen it happen before.
Like, no attempt was made.
Yeah, no other attempt was made before.
That's true.
This freak out.
But at the end of the day, the question was already answered
By himself, yeah. Am I the asshole for still using the baby name I told my sister I was going to use, despite her using a variation of it first? I, 35 female, had my first daughter in September. While I was pregnant, my sister, 38, was also pregnant with a boy. In reality, she was pregnant with twins, a boy and a girl. But thought it'd be fun if I was to surprise everyone. During that time, I told her that I was planning to name the baby after our mom, Colette, and my husband's mother, Coral. Both names start with C-O, so I think it's Coco. It's an adorable nickname. She told me the name they picked was a surprise and didn't want to reveal it until the baby was here. Lo and behold, her twins were born in August. Everyone is super surprised at his twins. She named them Cole and Letty. I don't think much of it, except that it was really cute and sweet that she clearly named them after our mom. When my daughter was born, I followed through and named her Colette Coral. We almost exclusively call her Coco. My sister is very annoyed that I followed through with this name and brings up all the time how ridiculous it is that three of them practically share the same name. It's also confusing if full names are used. I will admit that despite me telling her my entire pregnancy this was the name I planned to use, I even had some stuff made with the name. She assures everyone that her babies were born first. However, if she had told me months ago that she planned to use Cole and Letty, I probably would have pivoted, but she never said anything. Heck, even if she told me she was using Cole, I would have re-evaluated. Currently debating legally swapping Coral and Colette, simply to keep the peace. But that feels an awful lot like admitting I'm the asshole in the first place. So am I the asshole?
First question: Do they describe their religion? No, they don't describe their religion.
What?
I could just guess based on how this issue is based on naming here.
Based on the fact that you can guess, I think I know what religion it is, but I wouldn't have gotten that from it.
Just saying the name Letty is quite a strange name.
Letty is a bit of a weird name.
One that I would not think of in any circumstance. So I don't think that the said person is the asshole. Because twins is just something that happens by chance, and if it wasn't revealed.
But she knew it was twins though, all along.
Well, I think the person posting it is like evidently not at fault here.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, she had it first.
That's
That's
true.
that.
It's true. It's true. Am I the asshole for enforcing basic boundaries on my daughter's sleepover? I, 42M, have 2 kids living with me. My daughter. What's that funny?
No, it's just I always find it funny when they write out I 42M. It's like it's such a. I feel like it's such a Reddit thing they do.
I, 42M, have 2 kids living with me. My daughter Anya, 17 female, and my stepson Noah, 14 male.
He's actually just doxing his kids.
Yes, yeah. Noah's mom passed a few years ago, and I've had full custody since. He's had a rough go of it, but he's a good kid, and with his quirks, he's not antisocial or shy, but he does not appreciate having his space invaded, and when very upset, he can kind of shut down. Anya is very much outgoing and has a lot of friends. She asked to go over this weekend with 4 of them. I said yes, of course, but given that her friends who were coming were pretty loud and have a tendency to crowd Noah, I told her to make sure they don't go after my brother's room. Let's keep things down after 11, so the house can sleep. In my opinion, these are not strict rules. To my surprise, I came upstairs to check on them at about 10. They are 17. I don't think I need to check on them every hour or something. And they were in Noah's room, and they looked like they'd been there a while. 2 were literally sitting on his bed with him. There. One of them was slipping through his sketchbook, another was messing with other stuff, and they were all giggling in this weird way. Noah was clearly upset. He didn't say anything, move, but there were tears in his eyes, and he didn't respond when I talked to him. I told the girls to get out of right then and there, and I was calling every single one of them their parents. Anya was very upset with me, and I told her that I gave them 2 rules and they failed spectacularly. I did actually call all the parents and send them home as soon as possible. Anya blew up, saying I embarrassed her. I told her to go to her room and that she would speak on this in the morning. I spent about 20 minutes with Noah before he decided he wanted to cool down on his own, and I went back to my daughter, who chose not to speak to me. It's late. Both of my kids are hopefully asleep, and I am left not knowing if I handle things right. He's literally at like 12 a.m. in the morning. He's typing this on Reddit. Is he the asshole?
Well, I wouldn't say so.
I feel like this is another cut and dry case. Like he did the right thing. I don't know.
Clearly, Noah has sensory issues. And
Yeah, I was about to say, like, they don't really talk about that, but
I think those rules are pretty basic, and like 17-year-olds should be able to understand the implications of their actions. So I think
Do you think Noah is autistic?
probably.
we just thought, okay, this poor guy Noah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
Hey, I've been
Yeah, that's
doxxed
true.
already. Everybody knows I'm
That's true.
autistic. I mean, you can just tell by my dreams that I'm autistic.
I think you also mentioned it explicitly.
Yes, I did.
I am waiting in the airport, and I need to know if I'm fucked up or not. This week, my daughter, she's in middle school, lost a classmate. My daughter has not taken it well and lost a classmate. Overall, and this is her first experience with someone she knows dying. The whole class was excused from school today, and the funeral is happening right now. I unfortunately could not be there. I tried, but my PTO was denied, and we cannot lose this job. I flew out of Wednesday night, and I'm coming back now. My daughter's a mess. She has friends with the girl that passed away. The plan was for my wife, she is unemployed at the moment, to take her to the funeral mass and just be there. My wife is more spiritual than the average person and hates all the things with the dead, funerals, viewing, and so on and so on. This one is only a mass funeral, no viewing. She believes in ghosts and will avoid funerals like a plague. We discussed it on Wednesday, and she said she would take our kid and then go to the gravesite. I got a call from my daughter sobbing that she wasn't going to the funeral. My wife was refusing to take her. When I got her to answer my call, she told me that she can't do it and she's scared to go. I called my mom and asked her to pick up my daughter and take her to the funeral. My mom left work and took her. They are there now. I got a call from my wife after her crying because her mom tore her a new one. The gist was my mom called her a bad parent, and that it's so fucked up that she couldn't take out the kid to the funeral of a classmate. She wants me to make my mom apologize, and I told her my mom was right. This was something that her daughter needed, and she fucked up, and she wasn't acting like a parent because of her fear of the dead. All she needs to do is stay through mass. We got into a huge phone call argument, and she is calling me a huge dick. My mom is apparently getting texts. Also, I told her not to let our daughter know that we are fighting, and if she could look after her for the day. She agreed. Whew.
Heavy.
Yeah. Golly.
This one was more complex.
Yes.
I can understand the mother's perspective of, like, you know, probably thinking she can handle it, and then, like, just probably
Yeah.
having, like, some kind of increased panic on the day out, right? probably not like she was planning to just pull out the rug, right?
Yeah.
But I still think that she's in the wrong.
I can't really like empathize with it because I'm not.
She
scared
sounds a
of-
lot like Chuck McGill.
Chuck McGill?
Who?
How? In what way?
Oh, Chuck.
Just like thinking you'll be able to handle something and then immediately going back on it.
Like, honestly, I can't really empathize with the fear of the dead. So, honestly, I think this is pretty assholey. But, like, I mean, like, as in, like, I think he's not the asshole, that's what I mean. But, like, I don't know. Like, I think, like, I just can't empathize with it. I think it's kind of stupid, to be fair.
I think it's a little stupid.
To be fair to the funeral. Like, what do you think it's...
I mean, I don't share in that, but like, if somebody just genuinely finds that disturbing, like, who am I to judge, right?
That's true.
They just
Yeah.
find that disturbing. They're not necessarily in control of the fact that they find it disturbing. But yeah, I guess you would hope that they would be able to tough it out, but I don't know. I think that this is a case where nobody did a terrible thing, but the mother is more on the wrong side, I think.
It's true.
Yeah.
Sure. Any thoughts from you guys?
Nope.
I think that sums it out.
Okay. This one sounds interesting, so I'm gonna read it, but I'm not sure this is gonna be good enough. Am I the asshole for not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him?
What? Alright, let's hear this.
Okay, he's 50. Sorry, it says my 50 son. I thought it was 50 years old. My son, 17, recently got into a car accident with a truck driver. I'm very thankful that he is alive, obviously, but his car is totaled. The truck driver was driving a pickup, and my son has a small old convertible. Most likely the reason for the amount of damage, and he is fairly injured, i.e. multiple breaks, lots of stitches, etc., and is currently recovering. This has all occurred last week on Saturday, the night of the accident. This was a year ago. My family, my wife, 45, and my daughter, 14, got there. I want to say an hour before his girlfriend. When she came in, she ran to him in his hospital bed and started hugging and kissing him, mainly lips, but other places on his face too. She stayed for most of the night, checking up on him and being supportive, and I was happy that my son had his GF in such a good relationship. As we were driving home that night, my wife said she was upset. I didn't say anything to my son's girlfriend. I asked why. I would have, as she was being a good partner. My wife said that it felt weird seeing that, especially in front of his family. I said that he was going off on college regardless, and that she was being a really nice partner. And that night showed us just how much she truly cared for him. She rushed off to work to get there and was still wearing her work clothes when she got there. My wife started getting angrier and said that she thought it was gross and that I should have just asked her to leave sometime. I told her that I am not telling my hospitalized son that I'm taking away something that clearly makes him happy. She told me it was gross and I needed to put a stop to it. I told her she was worrying about the wrong thing and that anything that brought our son comfort was good. My brother had taken my daughter home before this. She didn't hear us arguing. She told me I needed to step up and do my job. I've kept thinking about it, and I've started to keep thinking about it, and thinking, what am I doing wrong? Does this wife not kiss her husband? Like, do they not kiss at all?
Can you repeat what the daughter said?
Oh, what do you mean?
I don't think she said it. Did?
No, daughter
No, something
was not
with
in
the
the
daughter do your job.
I thought that was not.
Oh no. The daughter was. Sorry. Their daughter was not in the car with them when they were having the conversation, but Job might be referring to. The girlfriend came from work right away. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is very clear cut.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear cut too.
As in, obviously, the mother is right.
But like,
It's so strange.
yeah, it's so weird. Like,
It's like, why is this a problem?
Yeah, like, does she not kiss her husband?
They probably sleep in separate beds.
Like, it's so weird to me. Like,
I could see it.
But like, even let's say the mom obviously has an issue with it. Like,
Yeah.
sure, that's justified. Like, would you not have a conversation after the fact when your son is not in a hospital bed, or just have a
yeah, like,
Also, the
external
priorities are
conversation?
just in the wrong place.
it's so weird. Yeah, like this guy's 50 years old. Like, this guy's 50. Like,
He's got angst down it.
let his son get some action, bro. Like, golly. His wife's 45, daughter 14. Like, what? Like, I think it's nice that the girl cares that much for him. Like, and it's just weird that he's so against it. It's like
But he's the one against it?
no. Sorry, the mom is so against it. It's
Yeah.
like Eve's dad, Invincible. It's like
Yes,
it's
yes,
just
yes.
so weird. It's like
The reason why it's a problem is because I'm the one who should be getting the kisses.
No, I think definitely not the asshole. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, am I the asshole for suing my friend when she didn't come to my wedding?
Yeah, you might be.
I, 25 female, recently got married to my 25 male husband in Bali, Indonesia in January. Probably Australian, this guy. It was a destination wedding, but my parents and his parents paid for their own plane tickets and hotel. But we paid for our friends' plane tickets and hotel stays. Each plane ticket was about 2,000 USD, and the hotel was made from 150 to 300 for a week. My friend Gemma, Gemma, is that Gemma? We brought along her newlywed husband John along, but paid for his plane ticket. Problem was that Gemma and John did not show up to my wedding. Gemma took the free plane ticket to Bali and the hotel room, and I asked her why she didn't show up. She said that since they couldn't afford their own honeymoon, that this was the perfect opportunity, and that John decided that he didn't feel like going. I was really hurt by this since Gemma and I have been friends for over 10 years. Would I be the asshole if I took her to small claims court for the money I spent on the plane tickets and hotel?
Sorry, she refused to pay back the ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is reasonable, honestly.
It is
then.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was based on one condition, and they didn't have a reasonable excuse to,
But, like-
to not fulfill that one condition. It's just they were talking about USD, I think, from the US.
Yeah,
which
true.
is a huge journey to get there. So, like, I think they would be. And they should probably pay the money back.
Like, I think Gemma's really annoying here for obviously taking this chance to do her own honeymoon. I think that's so annoying. But, like, to sue someone is like,
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's...
It sounds so Karen-like.
I don't think suing them. I don't know.
You
They have no leverage.
You're gonna
They,
need-
can't
Yes,
get anything.
exactly.
I don't think.
you're gonna need to find some way to get your money back.
I'm just curious how many attempts are made to get it back.
That's true. Okay, wait.
it's one, and you can just tell me shut up.
There's some updates actually. Update 1. I messaged Gemma per multiple comments advising me to invoice her for the plane ticket and hotel room. But I did something a little better. I wanted to get proof, so I had to go to court. So if I had to go to court, it's easier to win. I messaged her this. Hey, sorry for being so distant, but I just wanted to talk to you about Bali. I'm hurt that you didn't show up to the ceremony. I pulled a lot of strings to ensure that you would come and you didn't show up. Did you think I paid for the trip so you could honeymoon with John? She replied, I missed you a lot and I know the trip was for your wedding, but John didn't want to go because he felt like your wedding ruined the illusion of the trip being our honeymoon and that you'd understand. I replied, no, I don't understand. You took advantage of me and that's not what real friends do. So I'm invoicing you $2,387.53 for the cost of the plane ticket and the hotel room. I will give you the 30 days, and after that, I will be taking legal action. I received no response, but she's been posting subliminal quotes on Instagram that are along the lines of entitled friends having snakes in your life. Update 2.
Instagram notes.
Update 2. I didn't think this could get worse, but here we are. I didn't respond to any of the subliminal messages she posted about me on social media, and I've been very quiet while I've been getting my ducks in a row for the litigation. But this past Friday, she sent me 3-page audit for financial and emotional contributions for 2015 present. I wasn't fucking joking. The audits. She itemized every dinner or lunch we've ever ate together. She estimated $18 per meal. Gas money for driving me to and from hangouts. A birthday gift from 2017 that she now claims she went into debt for. Time spent emotionally supporting me after my dad passed. She said she took on the role of grief counselor for me, even though I talked to her on the phone about it for 30 minutes. One time she helped me move apartments. She was being paid for labor. And emotional distress caused by me for threatening litigation. The grand total, $2,412.09, which is conveniently within $25 of what I invoiced her. She then told me that if we were really keeping score, that I actually owed her $24.56. I think I started at the document for 10 minutes in silence, in shock, the audacity, because this bitch is delusional. To clarify, I never asked her to cook for me. While I was in college, she did pay for lunches, but when I was definitely returning the favor big time once I graduated, I bought her many gifts over the years. I let her stay at my house several times when she and John argued, and I have also lended a shoulder for her to cry on when she had difficult times in life. And apparently being a friend is now billable. I decided to give the message a thumbs down because I responded it will be extremely disrespectful disrespectful with the anger I am facing. I cannot wait for these 30 days to be over because I will be suing the fuck out of her.
I don't think that ever worked, like what their friend did. Right?
Yeah, that's nuts.
That wouldn't work.
That's
Legally, I don't think that could work.
That's unbelievable.
Legally, it's unprovable because you can't go back that far.
Yeah, and you can't prove that, like, oh, you're supposed to pay them back.
And also, if these things go over years, usually there's a statute of limitations for this kind of thing.
And it's also, there was no, like, it didn't seem like there was any information to pay these things back.
Yeah, and also the limitation is 2 years.
This is
It's not
fucking-
equivocable at all.
And this is, like, recent. This is, like...
Immediately shut down in court.
Yeah.
This is fucking
That just
crazy.
seems like a petty response. Never brought up until that. So
Yeah.
it just
That's
immediately
insane.
get screwed over.
I really hope this person does get some kind of justice though, because this is insane. Like at first I was
Is
like,
there an update?
no, that's it.
That's
the end of
it?
That's the end of it.
When's
Yeah.
this from?
2 months ago,
Okay, so the court proceedings might still be going on.
maybe. I mean, it's probably not because this is a pretty lame
Small
case.
claims,
yeah.
yeah.
This is not like important. Plus, what kind of judge is gonna file against? Like, I mean, she's just being like her friend is just Gemma is just being annoying. Like she's just being really annoying. Like. This is ridiculous.
I don't think they're the asshole for suing their friend. I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
guys.
Honestly, yeah. After hearing that, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how this was gonna how this person was gonna make it reasonable to be suing.
Yeah, no, this is fucked up. This is unbelievably fucked up. I can't believe. Holy shit. No, hopefully she gets her up and comes from that, because that is ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous.
Are you guys on the air?
We're on the air.
Can I weigh in?
Yeah, we're in.
Reddit users are honestly fucking animals. Why do you dox your kids? Why do you dox your friend? I hope that that's a fake name that they're using. I hope that in general it's fake names, but I'm not going to count on it. To be honest, a lot of these just come across as like, you're just not very intelligent. I'm sorry.
I mean, I kind of have to wonder just even if people are using Reddit to establish this. Like, are you gonna go to your spouse and say like, hey, I consulted Reddit and they said that I'm right about this argument we had? Like, I
think
know.
it's just searching for people to agree with it.
Yeah, I
that's
guess so.
about it. It's like, oh, am I really wrong here? Why don't we just ask Reddit? What does Reddit think of me? And then they'll write themselves in a favorable position.
Yeah, but I would say that's probably not conscious a lot of the time. That's probably a subconscious
Oh yeah,
thing.
of course.
It's subconscious need for validation.
But they need some level of validation, so they're going to Reddit.
Yeah, no. I mean, plus, I think Gemma's is such a specific name. It can't be fake. Like Gemma, Gemma.
Yeah, that's not a fake name you'd make
Yeah,
up.
no. Not like Bismarck.
Honestly, like,
you
what
would
if
make something up like, I don't know, like
Garborator?
Alice.
Yeah, that's
or
specific.
like-
The odds are not that low that she might find your Reddit post about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I mean, this is.
Because remember, it's not even just the person themselves. There's a whole bunch of friends that you'll have. In your life.
24,000 upvotes on this one. So like that was like
So she quite probably did.
Yeah, no,
find
she
out
definitely
about it,
knew
yeah.
about it.
Regarding the hospitalized son one, can we Google like Noah from this state that's been in the Afghanistan? Find who the guy is. And
I tell his wife to kiss him sometimes.
yeah.
Okay. 2. Am I the asshole telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly? Should we do that one?
Yes, let's do it.
Am I the asshole telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly? My friend, 19 female, downloaded dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always says she wants a boyfriend, wants to do couple things, feels lonely, single, etc. She also, IMO, at least, very normal and average looking. Looks wise, not ugly, not super hot, just alright. Since then, since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men there are ugly, short, etc., and then she doesn't match anybody hot. I asked to see what people she's calling ugly, and so she showed me her likes, and it's mostly showed people perfectly in her league, as in moderately attractive guys. I told her these guys were all in her league, and she should give them some chance, and she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. She denied that she's in the same league as them, and said that she's much more attractive than them. I pointed out that in her own words, doesn't match with any of these guys, doesn't find attractive, so she's not in their league. She said I was an asshole. Am I the asshole?
She is not the asshole.
I can't wait on this. This is going to turn to Trutfest 2026.
I don't think it's.
I think it's fine.
Nice to call anybody ugly, but I think if you're dishing it out, you have to be willing to take it.
No, honestly, that's
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I'm gonna say, honestly, asshole for that. I feel like there's just better ways to say it.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
better ways to say it. Yeah, like, you know, like,
I don't know. I think that it's. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's reasonable.
Sometimes you need like brutal honesty, and in this regard,
Oh, I don't know.
it's possible.
Asshole, but she was right.
he's calling these men short and ugly.
I would be more subtle about it if somebody like said something like that who I knew, but like Yeah, I don't know. I think you have it coming if you're willing to insult people.
That's true.
Even though I would not want to dish out the same insult that somebody else is doing. It's better to be the bigger person. But if you're being the smaller person, then you can't complain if somebody else stoops to your level. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even if it's not good for them to stoop to your level.
Am I the asshole if I told my husband his sleep boundaries went out the window when he had our son?
What?
Okay.
Husband, we will call Brad, and I have been together 2.5 years. He had our son in January. Things have been pretty great, but this had me feeling kind of annoyed. Brad is diagnosed with autism and ADHD, which can make communication between us challenging at times, but we did our best. We live in Europe. Not us. What does that mean?
Not the United States.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Since Brad has... she wrote it AUDHD.
Yeah, it's just a combination.
Oh, wait, oh, no,
of
yeah. Oh, I see.
autism
Oh, yeah.
and ADHD.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. He only works at 50% at power. The other half is covered by... He only works at 50%. The other half is covered by health insurance here on a temporary basis. And every few months he has to keep applying for more. It is stressful. And as we wait for him to hopefully get on a permanent coverage, since this is so up in the air, instead of me taking a full year on mat leave, he took a majority of the days in case his temporary health insurance is denied for some reason, and he can keep his work schedule at 50% and still get paid on the days he has off. Which means I went back to work part-time. IWFH. Anyone know what that means? IWFH.
Is it at the same time? Like the same...
IWFH as a private teacher. Work full hours as a WFT as a private teacher. I choose my hours. Since my student usually live in different countries, I choose some in the afternoon when Brad is home with our son, and at nights when my students would be awake and Brad is also home. I have one student in the evening, 9 to 9:30, twice a week. This is also a help to some income, and we decided this before I went back to work. He had asked me no students past midnight, so if baby is having issues sleeping, he can take him out and hopefully get him to sleep. Well, Brad got back on a schedule where he wants to go to bed at 9 every night. We tried to, but with a baby sometimes it does not happen. Baby sometimes will stay asleep and I put him to bed, I nurse him to sleep, and sometimes he wakes up screaming. Well, last night I told Brad that I have my student at 9, and I would try to have baby sleep by then. He asked me, what if your plan if baby wakes up? My bedtime is 9, so hopefully you won't have to go to something. I said, well, hopefully he stays asleep. If not, you will have to take care of him. You will have to take care of him, or put him on his play mat and entertain him. He resolutely said, bedtime is 9, and I will go to bed. Come 9, baby's in bed, and Brad is just getting out of the shower. I guess he woke him up moments after I started my student. As when I came out of the office, he was walking around with baby. I took him, nursed him to sleep, and went to bed shortly after 9:30. This morning, he was a bit annoyed with me. When I tried to hug him goodbye as he was leaving for work, he did not hug me back. We always do this before he leaves, so I said, are you upset with me still? He replied, yes, you crossed my boundary. My bedtime is 9. We discussed this. I go to bed, and anything passes is your problem to solve if baby wakes up. He left for work, and I was just thinking, what? I feel I need to have discussion with Brad about this, but would I be the asshole if I told him he had no more boundaries with his sleep and he's being ridiculous?
Not the asshole.
I don't think she's the asshole.
Yeah.
though.
I think it's ridiculous for a grown
I think
ass dad,
Brad's
like,
got to lock in.
He's gotta lock it, yeah.
He's gonna have to have some like therapy or whatever to get that dealt with, because that's just crazy.
No, honestly, yeah, I agree.
Like
Like,
too much of a strain.
people sleep at, most adults don't sleep at 9 anyway, as well. Like, 9 is like,
Right now it is 9:20.
yeah, exactly. We're
We're past his bedtime, guys.
It also shows like, in general, like an inability to adapt or like accommodate in any way.
All right, one more.
Okay, this is the last one. Gonna kind of really spicy one. Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister?
Oh, okay.
Despise is a strong word. So I'm curious.
I'm back, like I said I would be. My original post got a lot of attention and seeing you guys seem interested. Here's my update. Wait, should I?
There's an update.
Okay, no, I'll do the original. I'll do the original one first. Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? The title makes me sound horrible, but hear me out. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be alone. She is nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all. Despite the fact that she's only 12, she's extremely destructive and violent and destroys everything she gets her hands on. I hate her. That should be wrong to say, but it doesn't feel like it. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then, I've never solely had my parents' attention. Even since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I was moved out of my room into the basement at 7 because she needs to be in the room next to my parents. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. When I was 14 and she destroyed my Mac my school gave me, I was in the wrong. Along with this, I am expected to take care of her and got everything to do for her. I can never make plans with friends because my parents expect me to be there if they need me to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time to myself, I'm required to leave if they need me. If I do not, then I am punished. The recent example of this is when I went to see a new Spider-Man movie and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater. It seems as if I am nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving her simply overshadows me. This last week, I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited, and my parents promised to be there, but when they never showed up and claimed it was because of my sister, anytime anything like this happens for me, they're busy with her. I've held this in for so long, and I finally spilled out today. While talking about colleges with my father, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well so when they're gone, I can take care of my sister. I don't know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed at how it always is about her. I'm nothing more than a caretaker for them, and they always make it about her, and I'm expected to be her slave for the rest of my life. I've locked myself in my room since then, and my parents have not come on to check me. Am I the asshole here?
I want to say she's not. It's a controversial take, but I'll go with nonetheless. Because, you see, it's going to sound like it's such a strange argument, but hear me out. The child, in this case, did not make the decision to have her sister. She was not the ultimate decision maker here, the parents were, and therefore, this is ultimately the parents' responsibility. Now, I think there has to be given some leeway on her parents having to deal with her sister, considering that they are the ones ultimately responsible. However, I do not think the onus should be brought on the sister of the one that's causing all the issues. So the poster, because it wasn't her decision, it wasn't her choice. Now, if she would voluntarily choose to do something to help out, that would be her choice. But at the same time, you can't reasonably expect her to do that.
Yeah, I think that checks out.
I think it's like,
it's primarily.
I can understand their
parents.
frustration though.
Yeah, no, that sounds so infuriating. Like I feel like it's really hard to say
Unless these responsibilities are like nothing, like really in reality, and it turns out they're just like freaking out over nothing.
I feel like it's weird though, because like what kind of situation are they getting into when where it takes like two parents and like teenager to help solve? Like, what kind of issues is this guy's sister getting in?
I don't know.
That requires three people to handle. Like, I feel like most of them could probably be handled by the parents. I feel like.
I don't know.
So I feel like not the asshole. Crazy story though, honestly.
Yeah.
Crazy, absolutely insane.
All right.
Well, that wraps it up, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we concluding this?
People posting on Am I the Asshole are generally not the asshole, is what I'm taking away from that.
Yeah.
Or at least are generally not going to
Say that they are.
Yeah.
are not going to cast the situation in a way that they could be reasonably construed as such.
I feel like it's very I'm glad we got like one where it's like definitively like you got the asshole, because I feel like it's very rare and it's good. Yeah. Thank you, Grady, for your
That
help.
was the podcast. We've had a podcast. This is the first podcast in all the podcasts.
It's true.